1 minute we get the next data there in about 30 seconds, the final services PMI. You see how the market is very nervous. The ADP non-farm payroll change has been terrible. 77,000 forecasted, number was 141,000, 50% less than expected, meaning the economy is slowing down. And now in 2 seconds, let's see what happened. The number is positive. This is NASDAQ. And at 4 o'clock, we will have the ISM services PMI. So the number is positive, above 50. Forecast was 49.7 and actual number is 51.0. Not too much, but above 50. And now everybody is waiting for ISM services PMI, factory orders in about 15 minutes. That's very, very exciting, but on the same time also uncertain day. The US Commerce Secretary Lutnick said Biden left Trump a lousy economy he's trying to fix. And he said also current economic data is Biden data. And that's right. All the news we are receiving are the results, and we see here now NASDAQ going down. Said also there is no way uncertainty is eating into this economy. He mentioned also, I see the greatest equity and bond market under Trump, but not now. We expect interest rates to come down if we balance the budget, meaning not yet. And we see NASDAQ down. And we will have a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin also down. It's going now to break the bullish trend on low time frame. Coming down from 91,300 to 89,000, following the tech. Russell moved first and breaking now lower lows, continuing the very strong bearish trend in the stock deck. Yeah, it doesn't look too good for the bulls. They had the chances during the last days. Also, MicroStrategy is spreading the rumor, maybe it's right, that Michael Saylor is going to meet Donald Trump at the weekend. It won't help. It won't help. What comes will come. It won't help this economy. It's going down. We see here also S&P 500 following. And now we need to wait for the US dollar to boost up. Look at gold. Gold jumping around now on shorter time frame. A bounce, and now gold starting to fly. Gold starting to fly. Gold starting to fly up. Yeah, signs of recession, very, very strong signs of recession. And now Mexico's President Sheinbaum is tweeting that she said, let's see what happens on tariffs through Sunday. That means this weekend will be also again very, very nervous and uncertain for a lot of traders. Mexico's President Sheinbaum said, if necessary, Mexico will look for other trade partners. Effective Fed funds rate now down at 4.33 in March is not looking too good. Is not looking too good for crypto. Crypto now 88 from 90, around 91 to 88 back, giving back all the profits of this morning. Crypto going down now. This is a volatile uptrend, as you can see. Therefore, the confirmation if they have already returned back into the value area below the POC, and if they leave 88,500, they will go to 87, and that's the last hold. They need to pull back. If not, they will straight go down to 83, and if not hold, then deeper again. So let's see now what crypto is doing. They're fighting back. It's not looking precious. Now we have a pullback. Maybe a bull trap. The number was above 50. That's good. But the unemployment, the 77,000, the ADP non-farm payroll employment change, that's making a lot of troubles. And in 7 minutes, we are going for ISM. That's the final shot. Will it boost the market? Will they skyrocket? Maybe a change? Or are they going to drop? Now Bitcoin coming back again to 90,150, tries to defend that zone, but there are also the sellers and the commercials who are buying, who are selling massively. What will they do? How will they react on this POC? We see here a very hot fight of Bitcoin to hold this value area, to hold this volume at 90,140. The bears, of course, try to push it down, to push down the value area and also the POC, and the target is definitely 83,115. There they want to push down the POC. We see that the US output growth continues to slow in February as demand falters. meaning that the US service sector activity continued to expand during the month February 2025, but at a reduced pace as news business growth slowed again and weaker demand growth subsequently weighed on service sector expectations, and of course amid some worries and uncertainty over federal government policies related to trade and budgets. Confidence in the outlook fell in February, and at the same time, job cuts, tariffs, trade war, peace process of Ukraine, the rollback of Canada and now Mexico, and maybe that the tariffs have loomed some way, whatever, very risky to buy in my opinion, because some traders try to interpret if the tariffs loom or do not show their impact, it's a buy signal, and that's absolutely wrong, because then President Trump or his government will push higher the tariffs again, and that will be a real bloody bloodbath of the markets, definitely. So the sentiment is definitely bearish. So don't get blamed and trapped by the short-term bullish moves. I see again a lot of some people, I don't know, maybe some scammers or Ponzi's in the chats, trading chats, try to confuse the traders and newbies. Target is 135, target is 150, that's all suckers. These people try to take your money. Do not follow those blinders blindly. Never do that. Just keep focused on your trading strategy with discipline. So the price 90, we are at the top of the low of the middle range. This is a very critical zone for Bitcoin, especially between 86 and 96. This is very critical moment, because on daily chart the time frame we have now two inside bars. So the outside bar is 86 to 96 940, meaning that we will in between have a lot of broadening patterns, meaning that the market makes higher highs and higher and lower lows on the same time. That's a very strong sign that the volatility is increasing. That's killer for every account, especially for small accounts. If you are in between, meaning you are in the middle of the war zone where the two sides are shooting at each other, and you are exactly at the fire line between those. So we see now Bitcoin losing ground, going back again to 89,395 down. We go back to NASDAQ down from 20 plus into minus 22, and we seem, yeah, that was a bull trap, definitely bull trap try to get back into the value area of 20,417, and now definitely back. So what can we learn in about 1 minute? All right, now it's getting serious. 14 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we gotta see what data are coming out. ISM services pending number. ISM forecast was 52.5 and the number is 53. This is resilient, meaning that the economy has strong sign. A stronger than expected ISM suggests robust demand and economic resilience, boosting equities, particularly consumer-focused and service-based sectors. And factory orders 1.7, exactly as forecasted. That means also now that this number is also good for the US dollar, and on the same time for the bonds too, meaning that a strong ISM services PMI could signal continued economic expansion and inflationary risks. And that's exactly what the market doesn't want to have. They wanted to have a weaker number to have a possibility to let Fed to cut the rates sooner as expected, and it seems it's not happening. This number leads to higher bond yields as market price in fewer rate cuts now. And also for the dollar, this number now reinforces confidence in US economic strength, supports, of course, the US dollar appreciation. And therefore, the next number, Fed beige book, will be released later. If the number is positive, above 50, the reading, it shows also resilience and strong business conditions. That means the Federal Reserve has no reason to cut the rates. And that's exactly what they don't want to have. We see now this big volatility also in S&P. Bitcoin losing ground, tries to fight. Bitcoin is fighting for this Fibonacci channel. We see here fighting to get above the daily POC of 90,250, but it can't, and that's pushing down the markets. Sooner or later, we can have a pullback possibly again to about 90,800, 91, even to 92. This is all possible, especially in crypto markets, especially because of very speculative pullbacks and scalping in Bitcoin, especially in Bitcoin. So the market hoping now for the non-farm payroll. Also tomorrow we have very, very important data. And during the weekend we have the crypto summit. I don't expect too much outcome of that summit, crypto summit. It is something very representative for President Trump to take part. And of course, he will say, yeah, we want to have the crypto Fort Knox of the world in the United States. The USA must be the crypto capital of the world, and whatever he said also earlier. So it's not something new. Much more important are the war in Ukraine and the tariffs. So the US core durable good revised actual 0%, exactly like the forecast. The ISM services employment actual 53.9. Forecast was 51.6, meaning the economy is really strong. And that is poison for the stock market. Good news or bad news currently, subdued trends in activity and new work meant firms that very broadly unwilling to replace leavers in February, and this was the key in explaining a first modest drop in overall employment for 3 months. And of course, current output growth has downshifted markedly so far this year from a booming rate of expansion in December. This is very disappointing, of course. And we have, of course, now that the Mexico's president Sheinbaum is trying to Bitcoin 88 getting down here. We see here how Bitcoin coming down. So we will see now on a daily chart. So we see here on a daily chart this big red bar is the outside bar, and we have in between two inside bars, and this means that we will have among this period we will have very high volatility up and down. We can have 10 to 20% up on the next day, 10 to 20% down. And this is making it very difficult. If it breaks the low of this fat red bar, it will come down again to 78. This is, you see this thin area. I make it bigger to 78,590 to fill that gap, and that means because they have a thin volume, the bearish momentum gets much more stronger and it breaks straight down below the next possible support. So very dangerous situation for the bulls, and they need to be very, very careful, especially now after this very, yes, positive but bad news for the market, because the data are positive fundamentally, but at this moment of time they are really bad for the market. See how gold is reacting, and gold is coming back now again in uptrend, making it getting back all the profits they turn into losses. We have a divergence from daily time frame in S&P, but we see the trend is negative, and also NQ isn't looking better. Also here we have a massive downtrend. The price below is going to test now the 200 EMA. That's not looking too good for the stock market. On the other side, the euro started to finally get up from the long-term, mid-term downtrend, started to get higher. Very good data for the European markets. But for America, at this moment, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So keep focused on your risk management. The bulls have lower, very weak edge at this time, this week, also the next weeks. The bears, the sellers have better edge, more advantages, more power in behind, because the economy slumps while European rates surge. And we see now the market on daily chart. Bitcoin is step by step giving back all the profits they made, not only yesterday, they gave back 10%, also they giving back the 5% profits of pre-market and Asia session. The bears are taking step by step, very slowly but disciplined, the bulls' profits away. That's it. Have a good time, friends, and keep care on your trading.